All right, welcome into the Daily Fix with your host, Ron Hughley, as we do this each and every day right here, 12 o'clock noon time, Central Standard Time. The Daily Fix with your host, myself, Ron Hughley, and you can catch us any space. We appreciate you however you're taking us in. If you're listening to us on YouTube, we appreciate that. If you're listening to us on Twitter, we most definitely appreciate that. But what I do need you to do, as we do every day, one, like, subscribe, share, let everybody know, but then go to our YouTube channel, Foolish Club Media, and like and subscribe there as well. So you can get all of the content from Foolish Club Media that you can stand. Like today, it's Wednesday. That means Brian's World drops. So make sure you get ready and check that out. It's always fantastic. They're not going to hold you too long. Thank you, Andy, for allowing Chris Jones to feel like he is okay to look sexy and to be sexy. I'll explain that a little bit more. The NFL got it right on one of the biggest stories in the NFL this week. But I want to start here, Steve. And we hadn't really talked about this since Friday. It was really, really odd when you look at all the scenarios. But Steve, Andy Reid said Friday, Pacheco comes back, got a healthy Kareem Hunt, got a healthy Samaje Perine, got Wanya Morris just getting lit the hell up, got Jawan Taylor just getting lit the hell up. Strength of my offensive line is in the middle. 36 degrees out here in Kansas City, going against the Raiders, one of the worst run teams. You know what he decided to do? He said, I'm getting to my roots. And my man Andy called 48 dropbacks. Almost 50 drop back passes and 14 run plays. Now, Mahomes scrambled for two others, but those were all planned to be pass plays. Kareem Hunt, Isaiah Pacheco back. Now, Jack, let's throw it. Let's wing it. Let's fire this sucker up. And I mean, listen, I think the Raiders had some success, but hell, when you run it 14 times, it's crazy. We talked about the explosiveness with Isaiah Pacheco, and what he do to us, sir? Gave us explosive. You know how many times he touched the ball from the backfield again after that in the third quarter once? That was a little strange to me. They had a 13-play drive in the second half that resulted in a field goal that was made, 13 straight passes. 13 consecutive passes on one drive. He had 15 passes in a row at one point in the second half. That, to me, he's got to chew. I don't know what that was about. Hopefully Sunday against the Chargers, he doesn't just make it so. Like, it made no sense, sir. The offensive line was just getting punished. He was getting sacks, and it wasn't just like, oh, man, our offensive line always does. Well, no, they've been getting punished. They had 10 sacks the last 2 weeks, and he said, man, wing it. Let's just keep throwing it. I mean, I need Andy to calm down and run the football because that will help whoever's over there, whether it's DJ Humphries or it's Joe Tooney. That will help whoever is over there, help Jawan Taylor as well. You got to run the football. They got to get more than 14 carries.
This is the second consecutive game that he just refused to run. Panthers' worst rush defense in the NFL. Nope, we're not running. We're dropping back all game against the Carolina Panthers. And then he did it against the Raiders. Like, this isn't anything new. Andy Reid used to do this in Philadelphia. He used to do this early in his Chiefs career.
Yeah, but he hadn't been doing it. He hadn't been doing it here of late, though. Sir,
I know. It seems like it's like his way of saying we got a little stretch of games here where I think we can win them with our B and C performances. And so we're just going to grind it out. And we're going to try to work through some of our issues. And so instead of taking the easy way out, we're just going to make everything harder. And we're going to try to pass the ball. And we're going to try to figure out our pass protection and do all of that stuff. And it is very frustrating because it's like, just get wins. And feels like this Chiefs team could use an easy win, but that's not the path that Andy Reid chooses to go down.
Yeah, to me it was weird because we didn't even see like jet sweeps. We didn't even see like any reverses. Like you're pretty good for McCole getting one carry, maybe Worthy getting a carry. They didn't get that. Like at least against Carolina, I hear you. They probably threw it 37 times, and Kareem got 16 carries. But this one was ridiculous. Like like clearly the greatness of Andy. This has had to have been something in the game plan that he saw. But doggone it, something had to occur out there when you're got to change left tackles. That we got to start running the football a little bit here. So hopefully we start to see a little bit more there when he's got the backs. Hell, he was giving Kareem 27 carries. Now he's got the backs. They got to do it. All right. The NFL, to me, made a decision on Azeez Al-Shaair. He gets 3 games, not 3 gas, but it might be some gas that he's having to cut loose. This is my favorite thing. Whenever I see a little mix-up on the wording there from Serta, that turns me on right there. 3 gas right there. Look at that. Went to Quick Trip and got that bad boy. That's my favorite part right there, Serta. Every time
That's so frustrating. I swear I double-checked.
But no, Serta, the league got this right to me. And I think the vast majority of people understand it. Like even to me, the 3 games is correct. That was a complete cheap shot. There are the few that come out and say it was bang bang. Sure, all right. Even if you want to say it was bang bang, he then also came around and made the decision to go launch and carry forearm shivers straight to his head. That was not bang bang. We see this play how many times a week? Serta, in college and in the NFL. How many times a week do we see quarterback slide and it ends with a forearm to the face knockout fencing? How often do we see that? I don't know. I've not seen it that much. I don't know. I think a lot of people reach back to Cam Newton got hit by the Falcons in like around COVID, and Joe Flacco got hit pretty hard in 2017 when me and you didn't even have a radio show yet. Yeah, those things have occurred, but this is that I've never seen. Forearm fencing, not seen it. And not to mention, if I say it out loud, in his last 27 starts, he has been warned 5 times by the league about his hits. He has been fined now 5 times by the league. He got away with not being ejected after he threw a punch against the Bears in week 2. Yeah, bruh, it's about time that you sit down. Like it makes sense. And anybody who is looking at this in another way, including Nick Caserio and D'Amico Ryans, who had the gall to say that the Jaguars overreacted and that they're making a cross at Al-Shaair's character when they're just talking about what the hell he's done on the field. Not to mention he went off like a maniac afterwards and nobody could get his ass off the field. Like, get out of here with that. You're not thinking logically if you're going in another fashion. It is well understood how the league got here. Now, I think it may get reduced to 2 games, Serta, but it makes complete sense.
Yeah, I don't really understand anybody making the argument on the other side.
Serta, what's the first thing you thought when you saw that hit?
Yeah, he deserves to get suspended. Like, the rules, and it's not like Trevor put his head down and was fighting for extra yards. It was a clear slide. Like, the rules, that the NFL is trying to protect the quarterbacks. Trevor, who had been hurt, was playing through injury in this game. Like, that doesn't mean you can't go try to make a play and hit a quarterback if he tries to take off running, but he was clearly sliding. Like, the rules, what the situation was. You chose to lay him out and injure him. That deserves a suspension. Those are the rules. So I don't have an issue with it. Like, I think it's most of the time it's Texans fans who are just saying, oh, Trevor could have done more to protect himself or whatever. Like, no, he deserves it. This is not the first time he has been in trouble for something like this.
No, as I said, five warnings from the league, 5 fines in the last 27 games he's played. Like, I mean, that's wild. That's
This
wild.
is
All right.
Vontez perfect. Like he
I
got
don't.
in trouble constantly for doing things like this.
Yeah, I don't know that he's reached that point yet, but Serta, like, hey, I mean, this is becoming a thing. He just got fined last week for hitting somebody 5 yards out of bounds. Like it's getting on it. Like he's got to grab a seat. All right. Finally, I want to just thank Andy Reid for this. This is a new show coming. Serta and Chris Jones. He is going to appear on the full Monty, and the videos that I've seen, Steve, it looks like what's that skit that Chris Farley and Kurt Russell, or is it Patrick Swayze?
Patrick Swayze,
Chippendales. That's what it kind of looks like. Him
Have
and
you
Anthony.
never seen the full Monty?
Yes, but I mean him and I'm just saying it. I'm just trying to describe it for the people. Him and Anthony Anderson are out gyrating, dancing, big man dancing, and I mean, hey, and he is taking it real serious. You know how Chris gets when he's serious. That list comes out really bad, and he is really serious, and he is shaking his hips and shaking everything. And I mean, I feel like I mean, we know he's not afraid to show his Johnson, as we remember the combine. So I mean, he's going to let it all out right here. But I love Andy for this. I love Andy for the fact, hey man, y'all go do what y'all do. Travis, you go do what you do. I don't care what you do on the bye week. You go do your thing. Pat, you go be at everything. Chris, you go be in everything. Hell, Pat's out here making extra money, nuggies, all that stuff. I just love the attitude that the Chiefs have of the work hard, win big, and play hard. And it comes from the top with Andy Reid. I don't know about Clark, but it comes from the top with Andy Reid. And like there are other coaches that I'm not sure this would fly, that he would be able, like, in season, like this thing is debuting like December 7th. So this is like that he would be able to pull this stuff off. I am excited. And I'll be honest, I can't wait to see this. I don't want to see Chris's junk, but I don't feel like I'm going to see that on network television, but I can't wait to see this.
It is a change in philosophy for the Chiefs because for years they did not let players do virtually anything. And it's some of its success where you just get so big that you can't say no to things anymore. Like Mahomes wants to make a Netflix documentary series, and then Travis Kelce wants to do a podcast and go on TV and do all this stuff. So it gets to a point where like you just have to trust these guys that they're not going to embarrass the team, because Tyreek Hill has talked about this in Miami. Like he wanted to do stuff forever, and the Chiefs just would always say no because they didn't trust Tyreek. But
well, it's him. It's him. They let Kelce do chasing Kelce. It's certain people. Like they did. Like they had a game plan with Tyreek. They just didn't want him to really talk much.
Yeah. They hardly ever let him speak to the media. Like even post game locker rooms, they're just like, "Nah, Tyreek's off limits." So. But I mean, I'm excited to check this out. We'll see what Chris Jones has,
because he's the one. Like he's the star. That's a Hall of Famer. That's as great at what he does as the other two, Kelce and Mahomes. But he don't get as many opportunities like this. Another thing, if he didn't play for the Chiefs and they didn't have this success, Chris Jones would be on full Monty. He'd be over there doing what Justin Simmons is doing for the Titans, which is being Justin Simmons for the Titans. Like so that. This success clearly does it. Hi, Mom and Courtney.